As far as I know, it takes two people to open the Gate of Truth. One of them has to stand on a flagstone behind the statue of Ishtar, while the other pushes in a particular sequence on the two halves of the bas-relief. I'll stand on the flagstone. You do the bas-relief.
And do you know the sequence I have to follow?
Afraid not. But there must be some kind of clue somewhere in the palace. Did you see the boat motif in the center of the mandala? The relic we're looking for could be an ancient vessel, couldn't it? Look at this fresco. It's incredible. Howard, this proves it. This fresco is the connection between the Indian legend of Satyavrata, the Mesopotamian myth of Utnapishtim, and the destruction of Atlantis.
How come?
The legend of the flood. That cataclysm that engulfed Atlantis and which reappears in different legends all over the world. And this boat, it's on top of a mountain. Can you guess what we're looking for?
You mean... No, I can't believe it.
Yes, Howard. The Atlantean relic we're searching for is the Ark. The boat we refer to as Noah's Ark.
So Noah's Ark's going to take us to Atlantis.
The Ark itself, or something on board it, I don't know. We'll only know when we get to the sanctuary that protects it.
Uh-huh. And where is this sanctuary? On Mount Ararat, like in the Bible?
According to the Sanskrit inscriptions and the cuneiform writing that I've been able to decipher, the vessel is hidden away in the depths of Mount Nisr, which is the peak that the legend of the Babylonian flood talks of. The coordinates in the fresco place it on the eastern border of ancient Mesopotamia. The three medallions figure in the fresco. From what it says there, they're the only thing that'll open the doors of the sanctuary.
That confirms Foster's hypothesis. We have to find a way of getting them back together.
There's a Sanskrit text that's like a prophecy. It talks about three chosen ones, guided by an old blind man, whose task is to watch over a sacred treasure. It also mentions a dragon, who's the guardian of secrets, and whose breath drives men mad, and of a betrayal followed by a redemption.
Three chosen ones, a blind man, a dragon. I feel like I'm in some sort of fairy tale.
The guys who wrote those fairy tales took their inspiration from ancient myths. We just need to find out what the truth is that lies behind this prophecy. Now we know where to go. We're off to the mountains of ancient Mesopotamia. I just can't believe it. Here we are on Mount Nasir, straight out of the Mesopotamian legends of the flood. Nobody till now has ever been able to pinpoint its exact location with any degree of certitude. Howard, we're going to go down in history. This place is completely unknown to archaeology.
Yeah, good thing, too. I'd hate to run into hordes of old guys with beards and fossil brushes.
Very funny. You don't understand. If we find the way to get to Atlantis here, an awful lot of lives will never be the same again.
I know, Kate. And it's the future I'm worried about. I would really like to know more about the history of the medallions and the mystery that surrounds them, but...
Atlantis is a vision of both the past and the future. It's outside of time, and you can make as much fun of it as you like. But I know deep down you feel the same way.
Guess you saw right through me. I don't see Elliot's airship. Either he's late or he's already left.
When he was taking me to India, Elliot was bragging about having lots of rich and influential friends. Do you know who's behind him pulling the strings?
Foster mentioned an occult group called Thule. I don't know much about them, but apparently they're not very nice people, and they've got some rather unsavory ideas.
I've heard of Thule. It started up a few years before the Great War, and as time went on, it got bigger. If its members are looking for Atlantis now, we're up against a very tough opponent.
Captain Blackwood's betrayal has really disappointed me. I'd rather have had him on our side. He seems to know a lot of things.
Who knows? Perhaps all's not lost.
Hello, my name's Howard Brooks.
In Serpentin Weifinten, Zedek. Eben Scheiden, Valebusino. Egen Heileven. Deben sein. Eben sein Schiel.
Well, I get the impression you don't speak my language. Or maybe it's me that doesn't speak yours.
I know the dialect they speak round here. I can translate. It'll make things easier.
Hello, my name's Howard Brooks, and this is Kate Sullivan. Do you live here in this village?
Greetings to you. I am Zirek. Yes, I do live here when I'm not in the mountains.
Ah, so you're a shepherd or something like that?
No, I'm an herbalist. I was just picking plants when you arrived. What about you? What are you here for?
We are archaeologists. We're researching the local legends.
The people of this village are very hospitable. But after what happened in the temple yesterday, you might not be very welcome.
What did happen yesterday?
I don't know exactly. It seems two foreigners wanted to profane the temple of Marduk. From what I've heard, only one man came back out of the temple. A thin man with big boots and a dark stare. Ever since then, Most folks in the village have been holed up in their houses.
So you weren't there when it happened?
No. I was up in the mountains for a week, and I just got back this morning. I ran into old man Omarim 3 days ago, and he told me that terrible things were going to happen. I just wonder how we could have known.
Tell us about the temple in the village.
It's the site of a very ancient cult that worships the Lord Marduk. It is guarded by the dragon of Marduk, who has been watching over the mountain and its inhabitants for thousands of years. The dragon is a benign creature, but its anger can be devastating. Woe betide whoever draws its wrath.
What do you do with the herbs you pick?
We use the plants for cooking, for dyeing wool, and for healing sickness. Nature's benefits are many when you know how to appreciate them.
Are you also a healer?
I know a few simple remedies, but I don't have the knowledge old Almarine has. He taught me to mix herbs together to increase their effects. For example, I can make a poultice with 10 different plants that is very effective against snake bites.
Are there snakes around here? I'm not exactly very fond of them.
Just be careful not to disturb them. My poultice has already come in useful, because I've been bitten several times when I'm out picking herbs.
Do you sell your poultice?
Sometimes I trade it for things. If you've anything interesting to give me in exchange, I could let you have a jar of it.
Who is this old Omarim you were talking about?
A healer who lives as a hermit in the mountains. He taught me the secrets of the plants. I often see him on my travels. Sometimes he starts talking to himself. A lot of people think he's just an old fool. But he's a wise man, and he knows many things.
In that case, I'm sure he can help us.
Maybe you'll see him. You can sometimes find him near the village. Especially when he can smell something cooking on the fire. What a magnificent pearl. I'll give you a jar of my poultice for that.
Into yours.